Good morning, students. Welcome back to your science class. I hope you all are safe and sound. We have already discussed about microorganisms. In today's class, let's have a recap of what we have studied regarding microorganisms. So let's begin the class. Microorganism is a term used for a living thing that is too small to be seen with the naked eyes. And of course, microorganisms are also called microbes. They are present all around us. Microscope is the device which is used to magnify the different kinds of microorganisms present in our environment. And microbiology is the branch of science which deals with the study of microorganisms. Now, what is the classification of the microorganisms? And first one is the bacteria. Bacteria, they are very small, unicellular, means they have only one cell. They are present everywhere. Bacteria are classified into 4 types based on their shapes, like rod-shaped of bacilli, spherical shaped or cocci, spiral shaped or spirilla, and comma shaped or vibrio. You can see over here different shape of the bacteria. In this diagram, the red colored bacteria having thread-like projections, and these are known as flagella. Flagella is the hair-like structure that helps for the locomotion. Okay. Bacteria can make their own food, obtain food from outside, everything. Several useful bacteria like Lactobacillus rhizobium, some are very harmful too, like cholera. Now this picture is very well known, right? The picture of the recently very dangerous virus we are suffering from the pandemic season due to this coronavirus. Okay, so viruses are extremely small and can be studied only with an electron microscope. These are all parasites. Outside a living host, they behave like non-living organism. Once they enter into any living organism, they grow and reproduce very fast. So they need a living cell to grow and nutrition. There are so many types of virus present in the environment, like poliovirus, like bacteriophage, or the virus those attack the bacteria known as bacteriophage, adenovirus, HIV or human immunodeficiency virus, mumps virus, influenza virus, and of course coronavirus. Okay, so viruses are generally harmful for everything, plant also. Okay, now let's move on to the algae, the next group. They are the most primitive and simple plant-like organism. Why is plant-like? Because they contain chlorophyll, and with the help of chlorophyll, they can produce their own food. So they are autotrophic, right? They are found generally in moist places. Some of them are so small that they can be seen only under a microscope, but some of them are so big. Here is an example of algae, that is the Chlamydomonas. Look, there is also flagella. There is also a green colored body. So Chlamydomonas is a very good example of a proper structured algae. Most of the algae are multicellular. That means they have more than one cells in the body. Other examples are like Spirogyra, Nostoc, Volvox, Anabaena, etc. So we generally know the algae as phytoplanktons. Now it's time for fungi or fungi. Fungi are non-green plants as their cells do not contain chlorophyll. They can be seen in the moist food material, old pickle, damp clothes, old shoes, old leather parcels, tree trunk, etc. Especially in the rainy season. Okay, and they live in colonies. Live in colony means living together like a family. Fungi depend on other organisms for food, of course. Fungi reproduce by spore formation. Spore is just like a genetical outgrowth that helps in reproduction. The examples of fungi is very common to us, like mushroom. Those are edible to us. Actually, the mushrooms are of groups of agaricus. Rhizopus or bread mold is the another very common example of fungi. Okay. Now let's move on to the final group, that is the protozoa. Protozoa are the single celled, that means the unicellular, and the smallest of all microbes. They live mostly in water, but some live in soil too. They obtain their nutrition by living inside the body of host as a parasite, and some obtain nutrition from dead and decaying organic matters as a saprophyte. So we can see over here different shapes are there, different shapes and sizes are also there in case of protozoa family, and a very common example of protozoa is, you can see over here, amoeba, paramecium, euglena, trypanosoma, plasmodium, etc. Amoeba, everybody knows about amoeba, right? Amoeba is the single celled. Everybody knows about plasmodium. Plasmodium creates the malaria disease. Actually, mosquito carries the plasmodium protozoa and cause the disease known as malaria. So children, in the next class, we will talk about the usefulness of the microorganisms, how they are very useful, how they can create the harms to the environment and the human being, and we will study about the nitrogen cycle. Thank you.